Most founders think that their biggest problem right now is a lack of content. It's not your problem. You actually have a ton of content opportunities and you're sitting on it. Every single customer call that you are on is an opportunity to build a story, but you're not capitalizing on it for a few reasons. One, you don't have a clear before and after picture. The before picture happened before they became a customer, and you were too busy onboarding them to capture that story, so it got lost. Two, the results are buried in emails, Slack messages, and your head. There's no getting it out because you just don't have time. And lastly, you've just forgotten about the stories. You've become desensitized to the amazing work that you've done and the before and after picture that you've created for your customers. You've completely forgotten about these stories because you've been buried in the logistics of running your business. It's really hard to remember them if you don't capture them right away. I've spent 14 years in B2B marketing, 6 of those inside B2B SaaS startups. And this is what I would do if I were starting from square one to build a marketing plan. Right now, you're as close to your clients as you will ever be as a business owner. So that means you should be collecting amazing feedback. So why aren't you? I think there's a couple reasons behind this. One, you are doing so many things. As a founder, you're running the business, you're running payroll, you're running product development, you're troubleshooting literally everything.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Also, is there possibly an archetype behind your average founder? Somebody who's willing to take risks, somebody who likes to try new things. I don't know if you follow the Enneagram, but possibly an Enneagram 7. I kind of think there might be something there. So if you're following all of these new things to accomplish your dreams, your goals, you're probably leaving things behind. You're leaving stories behind. There's loose ends that aren't tied up. And capturing those customer stories and doing something with them is most likely one of them. In business, I like to categorize my activities into 2 things. There's the money-making activities, which is primarily sales. And then 2, the money-supporting activities, which is generally marketing, making sure your customers are happy, capturing customer stories and doing something with them. And I've watched this happen to so many founders, including myself. If you thought this entire video was just about stories, you're wrong. I'm sorry to break it to you, but this is about something that's much bigger than a story. What I actually am talking about in this video is uncovering the best of what you already have in your business. The reason I decided on Salt Digital for my agency name is because I wanted to take great recipes and amplify what's already working in there. That's what salt does, right? All of the amazing ingredients in your recipe, it amplifies those. And that's what we want to do in your marketing. Let's figure out what's working in your marketing and do more of that. So let me tell you a story that's unrelated to stories. I was working for a B2B SaaS company and I was their email marketing specialist. And I came in and I inherited a little bit of a mess, if you will. They had amazing content, but it kept getting buried. So first, they were sending 2 emails every week. And in each of those emails, there was about 5 to 10 links of blogs, downloads, resources. No one could really decipher what to click and what to do. So when I inherited the job of email marketing specialist, I went through and I tried to figure out what was the content that was most resonating. And then I amplified that. I simplified it. The first thing I did was find the one piece of content that was performing the best. And then I got rid of everything else. And then I did something even crazier. I sent less emails. Sometimes it's about doing less and being more clear about the less that you're doing. The results of getting clarity in their email marketing resulted in email marketing becoming 40% of the pipeline every single month that generated sales for the business. That's amazing. Also, everything that we're talking about really boils down to, do you understand your audience? And if you're struggling to really understand your audience and what their pain points are and what they care about, the first step is to do deep research. And I created a free tool on my website. Check the link in the description box below and you'll have free access to create your own custom insights report on your specific audience. Enjoy. As a founder of a business just getting started, you're closer than ever to these customer stories. But what happens as you scale? What happens if you start hiring a CS team, hiring a product team, hiring a marketing team? Unfortunately, these customer stories get lost, and it's not because you have bad hires. It's just that's kind of how it works. Things get disjointed. There's too many moving parts. So as you scale your business, Capturing these stories gets harder and harder. You have a CS team that's handling the logistics of everyday things for your customer. You have a sales team that stops talking to the customer after the sales team. And you have a marketing team that likely has never actually spoken to a real customer. They're in charge of all of the messaging for your business, but they've never actually had a conversation with the most important person in your business. And unfortunately, what starts happening is your product team starts making assumptions on what clients actually want. Your marketing starts guessing on what to actually say and what will actually resonate with your audience. So unless you're being intentional about capturing these customer stories and creating real feedback loops in your organization, you're likely missing out on real important growth opportunities. So the next logical step is to hire a product marketing manager. Maybe, maybe not. You can instead think about implementing systems that create feedback loops. And this is how I like to think about it. Don't send surveys, don't send NPS scores. Instead, send a real human to talk to your customers. Capture those conversations in video format, and then take those conversations and use AI to create SEO game plans, to create plans for your marketing and messaging and positioning. Give those videos to your product team so that they can create real product roadmaps off of what customers really want and need. And not only do you want to capture one video of one customer, you want to create a system where you're doing this every single month, capturing multiple customer stories. You're fueling your content, you're fueling your growth plan, and you're fueling your product roadmap. And voila, you have a single source of truth for your scaling business.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Okay, I want you to imagine a world in which you hire me as your fractional CMO. This is exactly what I would do on day one. I would introduce you to in-the-loop marketing. And what is in-the-loop marketing, you asked? I'm about to tell you. It's a term that I coined because in automation, and we're experiencing a lot of automation with the rise of AI, there's always a human in the loop element. And a human in the loop is the person that at each milestone, they're making sure that the automation that the computer is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. The human in the loop is QAing every single pass, right? So that you don't get 5 steps in and come up with some jumbled piece of garbage. It's really important that we have a human in the loop in all of our marketing today. AI is amazing. I use it for everything I do to build out my business. But without the human in the loop, it's just AI garbage, and you're not going to stand out doing the same thing that everybody else is. So in the instance of in-the-loop marketing, your human in the loop, that's your marketer. They're the person that's coming up with amazing creative ideas. They're creating a system, a structure for your entire marketing system, right? Now there's 2 other positions. The other is the expert in the loop. Presumably you're the expert, and your voice, your knowledge, your expertise is what you're going to use to create authority and thought leadership in your marketing assets. Third is the customer in the loop. Your customer needs to be an integral part of everything you do in marketing. If it's not, what are you even doing? The customer in the loop position, well, it's everything we already talked about in this video. It's capturing the customer voice, understanding what their story is, understanding what their pain points and triggers are, and then creating a flywheel off of that. Capture their story in a video format. Use that video to fuel your SEO strategy. Use it to create messaging and positioning. Use it to create product roadmaps. By truly understanding your customer, you're creating a flywheel that gets better and better every single time. So with these 3 positions, human in the loop, that's your marketer. Expert in the loop, that's you, the expert. And third, the customer in the loop, you're creating a system for success. You're creating a system that is ultimately going to help you multiply what's already working in your business. The businesses that win in 2026 may not always start out with the best product, but they are going to be the businesses that understand the best parts of their product and how to create messaging and positioning that really resonates with their customers. Because this is what fuels your entire marketing strategy. Understanding your customer is what's going to give you the best and fastest growth in 2026. And if you want a free resource on how to understand your customers better, I have a tool linked in the description below. And if you want a full breakdown on how to actually turn customer stories into content that you can use across every single channel of your marketing strategy, watch the video on the screen next. See you there. Bye.